What is happening, everybody? It's Thursday. It's Samp&Chance. It's boxing and Mr. Michaels. How are you, my friend? We are finally on the eve of the biggest card of the year so far. I can't wait. Bivol, Beterbiev 2.
Wow,
Wow. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing good. I'm excited. Happy
Yeah,
birthday to Vasily Lomachenko, one of my all-time favorite fighters. Hope he
there you
fights
go.
again. This card is loaded, absolutely loaded, top to bottom.
Top
There's
to
not one boring fight on paper
no.
listed. All these guys can bang and go. Star-studded card.
Yeah,
If anybody hasn't seen the trailer for the Last Crescendo that Turkish put together,
yeah.
he puts together, or his team, the best preview trailers I've ever seen in my life for any sport. It's amazing what they do. That the Fury Usyk one is great. The Beterbiev Bivol 2 one is great. Wow.
And,
And the pay-per-view is only $25.
I know.
How can you beat that?
Yeah, well, I'll tell
Dave, no, I love David Benavidez, and we're friends with the Benavidez guys. Their pay-per-view is $80. This one is $25, and it's got way more stack.
every card, every fight on this card, and there's one, two, three, four, five, six matches on this card. The bottom three, yes, they can be their own main events on any card.
Oh
Maybe
yeah,
for TV though, not pay-per-view.
yeah.
The top three are all pay-per-view cards,
Oh, absolutely.
right? But before we get there, I'm gonna take a sip of this delicious concoction,
Mm-hmm.
Pepsi.
And this is what I love about his excellency. He's new to the fight game. That people knock him that. The guy's putting together the best cards in boxing, hands down. He's got Ring Magazine back. This is a smart man.
Yeah,
He puts his money where his mouth is,
yeah,
but he also puts on the best fights.
yeah.
Nobody can match his cards right now, and I hope
No,
he keeps doing what he's doing because without him, we wouldn't see 70% of these fights that we've seen.
well, I mean, this is only the first one of the year. We
I
we
know.
we still got Canelo and Crawford. Who knows what that card's going to look
And who knows
like,
what other cards he's got up his sleeve that he's putting together, working as we
right?
speak.
And then they're working overtime here. They're putting some stuff together that we don't even know about, right?
Oh,
I was talking to a couple guys from Vegas that we had met recently, and they said that so much is going on behind the scenes. They couldn't tell me stuff. I asked them to share some of it. They wouldn't, but they're telling us that we don't even know the half of what's coming,
I bet. I bet. That's
right?
a good thing because it means
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
working on put a better product out.
No, no. Now we've hyped up something we haven't even talked about yet, but let's first go back to this past weekend. Now, I will say we had a great weekend of fights, in my opinion, but
Mm-hmm.
this weekend, like I said to you on the phone, was a weekend for the boxing fan, not the casual fan. Would you agree with that?
With the Catterall Barboza fight, absolutely.
Well, both of
I'd
them.
say the casual, Keyshawn Davis' name is starting to spread a little bit. So some of the casual tuning in for that because of all that hype now.
Yeah,
He's really becoming a star. But
yeah.
yeah, I would say it was more for the hardcore. Not everybody knows Keyshawn Davis. Now a lot of people do.
Well, no, a lot of people do, and it didn't help. Like, let's get into it. Unfortunately, at the time of our recording last week, we missed out on a lot of the stuff that happened in the last 2 days before the fight happened. So just a very, very quick recap here. We had the press conference where Davis claimed that Bernacek had sent him a box of bananas and watermelon with a note in broken English. Now, later on, it was proved, I don't know if it was proven, but later on, it came out that it wasn't Bernacek. It might have been someone from his team. It could have been someone from somewhere else trying to stir up the pot. But Keyshawn even said himself, no, Bernacek didn't do that. Getting into the fight. But add fuel to that fire, eh?
It was
Uh,
somebody from Davis's camp trying to fire him up, sell the fight.
yeah.
The reason why I say that the Ukrainians don't know that stereotype. It's an North American stereotype. They don't even know about any of that stuff.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't do that. They're in Brennicek's a classy. I know he's been in jail, but he's a classy guy. He's changed his life around. It was nothing to do with his camp. The Ukrainians are not like that. It was either a random idiot or I think it was somebody on Davis's camp trying to sell the fight. And it
Possibly.
worked. Got more above a buzz.
No, no, that really built up the match. I think you probably got a few extra viewers tuning in because of that alone, right?
Yeah.
That may not have even been boxing fans, but the fight itself, lackluster, at least in my opinion. I expected more from Bernacek. It makes me wonder,
He
was
got
his victory
absolutely dominated. He was too small. Keyshawn, I think, is too big for that weight class. He looked like a big man. Bernard looked like a little kid compared to him. The muscles, the size.
right? But it comes back to the fact: did Navarrete have a bad night, or did Bernard just get lucky?
Bernard is a good boxer, but Keyshawn is just too young, too strong, too fit.
So if Navarrete and Keyshawn had fought, do you see the same result?
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
not as quick, but he would have beat him down.
Now, the one thing I noticed about this fight, about Ukrainian fighters, and I have mentioned this to you as well, isn't it very common to see now that as good as these guys all are, including Usyk, who's the king of them all, and we're talking about the Lomo behind you, Usyk, Bernacek, the Klitschko brothers.
Yeah,
one weakness all these guys have is they can't take body shots.
it's definitely a spot that a lot of the fighters target on the high level Ukrainian fighters for some reason. Maybe it's their high guard. Maybe they just don't something in the water over there where their scores aren't as strong as American boys. I don't know.
Which makes me wonder why Tyson didn't attack the body more.
He tried the Usyk is just so slippery. He's always moving around footwork.
I get it, but I mean,
calls him a little rabbit, right? He's chasing the rabbit, the big dog.
Yeah, I get it, but the body's an easier target than the face.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know. I'm digressing, but I'm just thinking about it now. Like, you would think these guys would target the body more. Look what Lennox did.
Yeah, I think Fury was trying to. Usyk is so slippery.
Yeah, possibly. But
yeah, what a performance by Keyshawn Davis, a star in the making. What he just beat the crap out of him. And Bernacek, he got up after the ref said 10. He looked fine. Like, I know he was winning. It was a beautiful shot. I thought he could have carried on. If he got up right at 10, he didn't look dazed. Like, I know he was probably busted his ribs. He got right in the liver. I thought as you're a champion, I think he should have went on.
The referee's discretion, right?
Well, he didn't get up. He didn't beat the count. He stayed down.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
When he said 10, he got up. It's like, well, the ref's already called you 10, dude. Like,
yeah, well, see, that's the thing. He took too long. He should have gotten up at 9.
That's what I mean. So he
quit. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, you're a champion. You want to get to that next level, get up again, and you were going to lose the fight. I think he just realized this guy's too young, too strong, and too big. Like, he don't want to take any more punishment. So Bernacek will never hold the belt again.
Well, you got to figure the Duke Keyshawn came in big.
He's huge. It's way too big for that weight class.
Right? Which leads now, and I sent you that. Look at the 4 champions in that division now. Shakir, Tank, your man behind you, Lomo,
loaded.
And now Keyshawn.
Loaded.
That
loaded division.
Is sick. Now, if Shakir can win, if Tank can win, that should be the fight later.
We're going to see that fight. I think. Well, I'm pretty sure Shakur is going to win. We'll get a little bit more when we break it down, but Shakur versus Tank will be a huge fight.
Right, and then you have Lomo and Keyshawn on the other side go at it.
Bob is salivating about. He wants Lomo to fight again.
Well, dude, Keyshawn.
I don't know if he will.
It's perfect. They're both top ranked guys. How hard can it take to make that fight?
All Lomo wants to do is say, Bobby, I want to fight. Okay, I'll make it happen for you.
Right. I think making Shakir Tank will be easier than making Lomo Keyshawn.
Yeah, I don't know if Lomo's going to fight again. He's not sure. He's considering it. I think he's got a couple more in him.
But if he's not going to fight, then
get out.
Not even get out. Just like relinquish the belt.
Yeah.
Let someone else have it because you're holding up that division right now.
Yeah, I hope he fights one more time, but I think he will, but I don't know.
Either way, he's a champion. Whoever he fights, it'd have to be a title fight. It would have to be a 12-round fight unless he steps away from the belt. Right?
Yeah.
All right. That was Friday. Saturday, we had Jack Catterall, BarbosaJr. This was a chess match. This was
fight.
Purely for the boxing fan to enjoy. If you're a casual fan, if you were trying to sell someone on the sport of boxing, I don't recommend giving this fight to people. But for someone like myself, someone like you, this was a great technical match that could have gone either way. And I don't have a problem with the decision. I'm okay.
No, I'm fine with it. It could have went either way. It could have maybe a draw. Barbosa probably edged it out. I had him by 1 round. The pre-fight, they had a little face-off. Catterall was saying you're a B-level fighter, talking him down. But after the fight, Catterall was all class. Class personified. Gave him his props, admitted that he lost the fight. And what a performance by Barbosa to go in his backyard. Crowd booing the crap out of him.
Yeah.
Jack Catterall.
Well, dude, he did well, and he did really, really well. And again, this kind of now the sights are on Tio. Is Tio going to hold on to the title? Is he going to relinquish it? I like to see Barbosa Tio.
Might happen. Might.
Right? It might just happen, but it's kind of funny though because when I'm watching this fight, it was so close. Like you said, it could have been a draw. And all the judges, this is the first time the judges all got it right. 15-13 across the board for Barbosa.
Yeah.
I just feel that Barbosa did enough in those last few rounds. He touched them up enough to get the judges' attention. That's all it came
I
down
think
to.
so.
I think I think by the seventh round, both guys knew that they're not going to knock each other out. It's a chess match. In a way, you almost get the feeling that these guys couldn't get started because they were just so tentative trying to get their range. And I think
Yeah.
it took too long. I think Barbosa started to find it near the end of the fight. But again,
I will say one thing, and you know, in soccer or football, whatever they call it over there, right? I do like the English commentating. Listening to this fight, not really. I like the American boys, obviously, but I found the English commentating to be a little bit biased, a little too much of a homer for Jack Catterall. If you listen to the fight, listen to them, you would think that he was winning by a bunch of rounds. Turn the sound off, and you can just see with the eye that. And I get it; it's hard not to cheer for your hometown guy, but you got to be a little more neutral. I thought I didn't like the commentating. I was a little too biased and not fair to Barbosa.
yeah, no, I don't disagree with you at all. But I mean, I think we get that in any region, right? I mean, those guys will do it, but the U.S. guys will do it too. I mean, it's just you got to hype your guy. I get it.
Yeah, but some guys are a little more balanced, right?
No, no,
But I
no,
was
no.
a little over the top.
Well, I
And
get
like,
that as
and
well.
then Oscar Durate fight was great on Golden Boy on the zone
Yes,
after the Catterall fight, finished him off, looked great. And I
yeah,
don't think Todd Grisham gets enough credit. He's a very good boxing commentator, very
dude,
good.
he's amazing. I mean, if you think
And
about it,
Sergio Moore and him are pretty good. They're not as good as Tessitore and Bradley, but they're probably the B, and then
hey,
Tessitore and Bradley are the A.
and Pettengill, man, former WWE guy,
Mm-hmm.
right? I mean, he was there in his early days. He looks better now. Is it? Do men grow more attractive as we get older? Opposed to, you know what I mean? Like, I don't mean
Depends.
that in a negative way, but
Yeah,
he
I know what you
looks
mean.
so good. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, he's aged well.
he's aged really, really well, right? No homo.
Yeah, no, you're right.
But he looks great. And I mean, if you think about it, of all the people from WWE, this guy never came back once.
Top Gale, no.
He's done great. He's done great
Yep,
for himself.
good.
All right, brother man. I think it's that part of the show that we've all been waiting for. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm waiting
All
for a
right.
while.
So listen, let's just quickly talk. We don't have to talk about these, but let's just talk about this card really, really quick. I'm just going to bring it up here. We start the night off with Joshua Bautista against Callum Smith. Again, this is more of a UK-based rivalry. A lot of people may not know about it in North America, but this is going to be a great fight. We'll just leave it at that. Zile Zhang versus Ajit Karwal, heavyweight. Again, coming off a defeat against Parker. Zhang
And
looking to
Zhang's always fun to
rebound.
watch because in the blink of an eye, he can knock you out. So
Big boom, right? Big boom.
yeah,
Virgil Ortiz against Israel Madrov. Um, this is a tricky fight.
it's a good fight, too.
This can go either way. I'm going to leave it at that. And then probably the one fight on this card, in my opinion, but this is more, I think, for Turkey because he likes these guys. Carlos Adams against Hazim Shiraz.
Mm-hmm.
Hazim Shiraz is one of their guys. He is a ring guy. He is a rehab seasoned guy. Like if there's anyone that belongs to them, not Matchroom, not this, not that, this is one of their guys, man.
Yeah.
Again, UK base. So those three bottom four top, those first four fights, four fights that we just talked about, it is what it is. They're
Good
great cards.
fights.
They're
Very
great
good
fights. Looking forward to it. All right. Now, Shakir Stevenson against Floyd Schofield.
Well, let me break it down, kick it off right away. Shakir Stevenson, 24-0, 13 KO. So it doesn't have a lot of knockout power, but skilled guy. Break it down for you. This is what some notes I was been taking over last week, getting ready for the show. So I'm going to break down Schofield style and Shakur style really quick, just to give a quick analysis, and then you can go from there. Stevenson, known for exceptional boxing IQ, speed, and his defensive skills. Great counter puncher and knack at picking apart his opponents with precision, timing. His last few fights have shown his ability to adapt to different styles while maintaining his control in the ring. That's the best way to describe Stevenson, I think. Schofield, a little bit less known about him, but still a game fighter. I have it right here. One sec here. Sorry, just
no problem. While you're looking up your notes, I have to say though that a lot of people feel that Schofield should not be taking this fight. It's too early in his career to go up that high up in level.
Good for him to take on a challenge, right?
No. Take nothing away from him. But when your own guys are saying that,
but they might be wrong. Like, so here's what it is. With Schofield, he's more aggressive. He's got such power punching. He brings to the table. He's got knockout power, especially with his right hand.
Yeah.
He's got ability to end the fight really early.
Yeah.
This is his toughest test to date. He's never fought anybody the caliber of Shakur Stevenson. With all of what I just said about him, the power in the right hand, we know Shakur is not going to knock you out.
Yeah.
And Schofield can. So I think that's a great matchup by Turkish to put these guys together. Give the young guy a chance to prove himself, and we have a chance for an upset here.
Yeah, I know, 100%. And I almost feel, just based on the.
And he's only 23 years old. He's born in 2002, so he's just a young, hungry lion.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying it might be too early. Like even De La Hoya was saying, he recommended that he didn't take this fight.
But the thing is, I don't think it's that dangerous of a fight because we know most likely Shakur will not knock you out. He'll outbox your butt off. He's not going to knock you out. This guy could knock you out. So from that perspective, I think it should be okay.
Well, I'm curious because we don't know how good of a chin Stevenson has. And that a lot
find out on Saturday.
A lot of that has to do to his defensive abilities, right? He's that good, right? I mean, I'm not saying he's a second coming of Floyd Mayweather or anything, but I mean, in the last few years, he's probably one of the best defensive guys out there.
Yeah. Right? If we're going to see any upsets, like major upsets, this is the one that we could see. I know Shakur's got better boxing IQ, he's quicker, but this guy has such power that if we're going to see an upset, I still favor Shakur to win by a decision, but if we're going to see an upset, Schofield's going to put him on the ground.
Well, like I said, I mean, if it's going to happen, I think it happens in the first 5-6 rounds. The longer the fight goes, it suits Stevenson more.
Yeah, also start wearing him down. But it's a good fight, though. So I don't blame Turkish for making this fight. I get what he's saying.
Yeah.
But the young, hungry guy, he's only 23, power guy against the IQ guy.
No, and Shakur's no young, not that old himself. So, I mean, it's a good matchup here. It's a risky one for both sides. Let's call it that.
Schofield really has nothing to lose. If he loses, we'll say, he's a young kid. He wasn't ready. If Shakur loses, like, do we overrate this guy?
So, well, that's the thing. And that will put everything else into jeopardy going down the line if that's the case, right?
Yeah.
All right, let us move on to the co-main event of the evening. Joseph Parker, Daniel Dubois for the IBF title. Winner of this will probably get Usyk for undisputed. I'm going to be honest here. I think I'm looking as much as I'm geared up for Bivol and Beterbiev. I think I'm looking forward to this fight in particular just a bit more, based on the story of both these guys. Both these guys lost to Joy Joyce, right? Both these guys went on a bit of a losing streak and started to rebuild themselves.
Yep.
And through that process, my man Daniel, he got the title, beat Joshua convincingly in 5 rounds. But I think not one man is dominant over the other going into this match. Because, I mean, if you think about it, Joshua hurt him. Dubois got hurt by Joshua. Dubois got hurt by Brosel a bit. Zhang put down Parker in his last fight. So both guys are susceptible.
You mean Parker put down Zhang?
Zhang, no, but he also got beaten up by Zhang as well a little bit.
Yeah,
right.
And then he had to finish him.
Right. In the end, and he came back and rebounded. So both guys are susceptible to being put down. Both guys are susceptible to getting hurt. There isn't a dominant name or force within this match. This is really fun. Considering all the stuff that we've seen in the heavyweight division for the last few years, this is refreshing.
Yeah. This is how I have it broken down. I've broken it down here. So basically, this is going to be a great fight. Maybe the best one of the night, possibly. We'll see. They both are scary guys. They both been on tear, like you said. So this fight, we got Dubois' aggressive power punching against Parker's more measured tactical approach. So this is gonna balance out. Dubois will likely look to close the distance quickly and use his power to overwhelm Parker. Parker will aim to use his footwork, which he has better footwork, and defense, better defensive fighter, to outbox Dubois. Dragging him in the later rounds might play into Parker's favor. So we're going to see what's going to happen here.
If we
They
learned
both got
anything,
good chins.
yeah, if we learned anything from Dubois and Joshua, we know that he's going to come out fast. We know he's going to try to attack and do what he can, which leads me to believe that Parker should have the sense enough to know, what to do going into this one, right? Like, to maybe he has to fight off the back foot a little bit just to give him that space and, like you said, to measure the precision shots and stuff like that.
Yeah, if Parker can weather the first few rounds, survive, counter the onslaught from Dubois, because Dubois, we know he's coming hard. That right hand is lethal, as Anthony Joshua will tell you. So I think if Parker can survive the first 3 to 5 rounds, the fight's going to shift in his favor. Surviving those rounds is not going to be easy, though.
It's not going to be easy. And like we saw against Joshua, Dubois started to wear out in that 5th round.
Yeah, well, he's just punching himself. He's hitting so hard.
Out, right? So, I mean, is he... I'm wondering in my mind, is that his tactics going into this fight? Because muscles need energy, oxygen, right?
Oh yeah, too much muscle not always good. Not for cardio.
No, it's not great for him that way, right? So if Parker, and I think Joshua lost because he got knocked so much in those first 2-3 rounds that he had nothing left in the 5th, even though he started making his comeback. If he didn't get tagged, who knows? Maybe we're seeing Parker versus Joshua here, right?
Yeah. Could be.
You look at Dubois, the guy's good for 5 rounds. I'll give him only 5 rounds because of the cardio, right? Look at Usyk. After the 5th round, he picked him apart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is gonna be a good fight. I love Joseph Parker, what he's done. Like I gave you in the breakdown there, I just think Dubois is just hits too hard. He's in the zone. He's a lot younger. So I think we're gonna see Dubois. I think we're going to see a TKO here. I think we're going to see. I'm thinking like I said, if Parker can survive that early onslaught of aggressiveness and counter punch him and survive weather the storm, they'll be all right. But I'm thinking round 5, round 6, I got Dubois stopping him, ref stoppage.
I'm going to go Parker decision.
Yeah, could be.
And I'm saying Parker by decision only because he was there for the Joshua fight. He saw how that played out. He knows his style, right? Mm-hmm. And in my thinking, honestly, you can pick the brain of a Tyson Fury who was in there, you can pick the brain. I guess you could pick Tyson Fury's brain, I guess, if you wanted to. Mm-hmm. But I just think he has enough sense to stand back. He may have to fight off the back foot. I think he will let Dubois punch himself out. He might take a few in the process if he can withstand that.
That's the thing.
Right? Like he took punches from Zhang and he took them.
Yep.
Right? The question is Zhang a heavier puncher than Dubois or Dubois?
Dubois hits harder now. He's just younger, more crisp, more precise with punching.
Right. But I think Parker withstands and I think Parker wears him down and then he just picks him apart for the rest of the fight.
Yeah, I got Dubois round 5, round 6, referee TKO stoppage. Dubois is 38 now, 39. He's getting a little bit older.
Dubois is 27.
No, sorry, Parker.
Parker's 33.
Yeah, so there's a youth thing here. He's had a lot of hard fights.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Dubois because of what I said earlier, ref stoppage.
And I'm gonna say Parker just to because I think he learned from what he saw. And be able to use that, right? All right, hey, we didn't pick Schofield and Shakir. Who do you have?
I would like to see Schofield win, because what all things I said about him, he's just so raw and aggressive. But Shakur is just too good right now. He's a defensive, so good on defense. Shakur is going to win a decision.
Yeah,
not going to finish him.
I'll agree with you. I think it's Shakir by decision. But if he fights like Dubois and comes down in those first 4 or 5 rounds like that with that kind of power, maybe we see a knockout here.
Maybe, yeah. If there's going to be one major upset of the night, it could be this one.
It could definitely be this one. Now, let us move on to Undisputed again. Beterbiev versus Bivol Part 2. Round 13 or a brand new fight?
Brand new fight. Brand new fight is I think it's gonna be a brand new fight. It's gonna be Beterbiev is looking to knock him out. He didn't last time, but that's what he's looking for. He keeps coming forward. He's so aggressive. He's relentless pressure. But Bivol's so good at countering you, slipping out. Bivol's faster. He's a better technical boxer. And then, but you got to Beterbiev's relentless. He just never stops coming forward. It's very hard to back up. And he is a little bit older, so I kind of see it going like the first fight. It's going to be very close. I think we're going to go to judge's decision. I think if we do go to judge's decision, it was as close as last fight. I can see it going to Bivol.
Yeah, well, here's my thinking on it. Like, first off, how much do both guys change? Like, what do you change? Right? Like going into this fight. I mean, the counter punching, the jabbing from Bivol, how much can you change that? It's already, masterclass.
Yeah, and Beterbiev, he blocked a lot of those shots, with his arms and stuff. He was very good at. He had a good defensive shell there.
Yeah, no, he did. So, what does Bivol have to do different? Is what I'm looking at. You know what I mean?
He's got to land more shots. Can't let Beterbiev keep blocking all those shots to the head. Maybe go to the body more.
Yeah,
it's hard not to let Beterbiev back you up because he hits so damn hard like a
sledgehammer. That's the thing.
He's gonna have to get out of the corner and come to the middle of the ring and keep him in the center of the ring. You can't let him walk you to the ropes.
But now that he's tasted his power and he couldn't knock him out, he couldn't knock him down. Do you think Bivol comes in with a bit more confidence now?
I think so. Bob Aaron just said the other day, he's like, this Beterbiev we're going to see is going to be more aggressive, and he wants a knockout this time.
I appreciate that, but do you think by having that approach, though, he'll tire himself out? This seems to be the theme of this card here, right?
Well, Beterbiev's never went to a decision like that before, so he's not used to that. So he does have good cardio.
Yeah, but he has good cardio, but he fought his fight the last fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what is he got to come out even more aggressively this time? If so, will he burn himself out? You know what I mean? Like these are the only things. But I'm going to say Bivol by decision.
Yeah,
I think Bivol wins.
I'm just going to give a quick breakdown of what I wrote down here. Then I'll get my pick. We always kind of said it already, but Bivol, he's got the technical boxing. He's got way better footwork. He's very good defensively.
Yeah.
He can control the distance by using his jab effectively.
Yeah. It
makes him a challenging opponent for Beterbiev because Beterbiev's not used to all that in one.
Yeah.
And so, but Beterbiev, like I say, so aggressive. He hits so hard. Yeah, man, this was such a tough fight because it was so close. But I think this time, if I'm going to take Bob at his word and Beterbiev's camp at his word, I'm going to say round 10, round 11, TKO. Ref's going to step in and save Bivol.
All right. Bivol.
Yeah. No,
Bivol's
but he's going to save Bivol. Beterbiev's going to finish him round 10, round 11.
So
Ref will step in there and save
him 10 or 11, in your opinion.
I think so. I think this time because, we could see this almost the same fight as last time because Fury Usyk's second fight was almost the same as the first fight. Couple adjustments. So maybe we'll see that again. But I just think Beterbiev's getting a little bit older. He'll be a little more trigger happy here. I think he can get him out of there.
And the turnaround on this one isn't that far back, man. I mean, we're only about 4 or 5 months removed from the last fight. So, I mean, I feel like it's a brand new fight, but I think they pick it up at round 13, in my opinion.
Could be. Yeah, it could.
Because it's that kind of fight, and it just, I almost feel if Arthur can't finish him, like you said, Bivol wins in decision.
Yeah.
Because so much flack was given from the last card.
Yeah. Well, Bivol's already saying his new strategy for the rematch, I'm going to be more aggressive. I'm going to be coming forward. And we know Bivol's a little faster. He's way better footwork.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what I'm saying before. Bivol's got to push him back, let him come. You can't let him back you down like that, which is easier said than done. So both are promising to be more aggressive. And, it's going to be an amazing fight.
It's kind of like what we were saying earlier here, right? Like, I mean, now that he's felt his power, he knows how hard he can hit.
Yeah.
He knows he can take the shot.
Yep.
Right? Why not come out a bit more aggressive?
Yeah, and that's what he's doing. So, and I believe him at that. And this is going to be an amazing fight. The first fight was great.
That could also be detrimental because if you come into aggressive with that kind of confidence, you get clipped by this guy once. It's done.
Oh, it's over.
Right?
What a card. What a night. What an event. I can't wait.
Dude, it's going to be exciting. It's fun. It's kind of one of those things where you want to have your buddies over and have a little spread, but
it's that good of a card. Yeah.
It's great. Only downside, I would say it's in the afternoon again.
I know. I prefer them in the evening, like, start at 5 or 6, but
but this works out well.
Yeah.
This works out well. I have no problem with it, brother, man. I cannot wait for these fights. It's going to be an exciting Saturday here. I hope the hype that we put on this card lives up to it. That's my only concern.
There has to be. There's so much good talent. We got Virgil Ortiz on the card. They made so much good talent on this card that at least 3 or 4 of these are going to be bangers. At least, not everyone will be amazing, but something's going to happen unexpected. There's going to be an upset. Who is it
Who
going
was
to be?
Virgil supposed to fight?
Virgil Ortiz.
Yeah, it wasn't Madrov. Madrov was a replacement.
He's fighting. I got it right here. Virgil Ortiz. Where is it?
He was supposed to fight someone else, right?
Yeah. He's fighting. What is it? I had it right here. No, he's fighting Madronov.
No, that's what I said. He's fighting Madronov, but Madronov.
Yeah, I can't remember who the replacement was.
Exactly,
who
but
the
that
guy
was
backed out
also
was.
a pretty sick fight too.
What's that?
That was a sick fight too. I just
and Madonov's been in there. Last fight it was Terrence Crawford. He lost the decision. So he got outboxed, but so he's been in there with a great boxer, and Terrence is one of the best in the world. So Virgil Ortiz better be careful because it's not an easy walk in the park for him.
No, it should be fun. It should be a fun night of boxing, everybody. All right, very quickly, world history. Anything happened in the world of boxing or Canadian history?
Nothing really happened in Canadian history, but my good friend is having his fights, which I don't know if I'm going to go to, but this Saturday, February 22nd, Fraser Hall, another night of MMA fights, some kickboxing fights, some MMA fights, some amateur, some pro.
Nice.
I think there's like 9 or 10 matches. Always good action. The buffet there. The fights are always good. Even amateur guys, they bang hard, right? They just want to show up, and should be a good night of fights. So that's for Canadian history. This well, not history, but this weekend. Go check them out. But sure. For American history, 1997, David Tua, great fighter, and Ike Iwabuchi set a CompuBox record for most combined punches thrown in a heavyweight fight, 1,730.
Wow.
Still a record.
Should be sick, man. That was fun. That's fun.
Yeah, yeah. So those two big boys. Big, tough Samoan, man.
Holyfield's son, he's on that new LFG show for WWE, eh?
I haven't watched it yet, but I've seen clips of it.
Yeah, I've seen clips of it online. I haven't watched it yet either. But that's interesting. I thought I just mentioned that.
Yeah, good for him. His dad's one of my favorites, great athlete, so I'm happy for him.
Oh, for sure.
He has the work ethic of his dad. He's got a lot of potential.
Yeah, definitely. Also, do you think David will show up?
Yeah, I think so. If Bivol wins, it doesn't matter because Bivol Beterbiev 3 is happening. If Beterbiev wins, he'll come in the ring. But if Bivol wins, it doesn't matter. We're seeing a third fight.
What would you rather see, Beterbiev, Bivol versus David, or those two in part 3?
If Bivol wins, I want to see part 3 because the first fight was so good. I'm assuming this one will be. So let's see part 3. We have to have a rubber match to see the winner.
Well, brother man, I mean, we got 2 class acts. We got 2 great talents in this main event. Not often does the second part 2 ever live up to the hype.
Not usually.
Usually not. I mean, I think we saw that a couple of weeks ago, right?
With what?
Who was it? Earlier this year, they had their part 2.
Fury Usyk?
No, not Fury Usyk. It was a couple of weeks ago, man. We talked about it too. How there's, you know what? I'm killing myself here because we just watched this fight 2 weeks ago. They just ran it back. Not Isaac. It was on the Isaac card. It was on that PBC card.
I can't remember now, dude. There's so many cards and fights.
Oh, gosh. It was the one. I think it was a co-main event before David.
I can't remember. But yeah, I know what you're saying. Sometimes it does always live up to the hype.
Yeah. Oh, Fulton.
Oh, Fulton. Yeah, the Fulton fight. Yeah.
Fulton
fight. Yeah.
That didn't live up to the measure. In fact,
these guys aren't quite on Beterbiev and Bivol's level, though. But I know what you're saying. It doesn't always happen.
Yeah. All right. I'm glad I figured that out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have given you our thoughts. We've given you our predictions. So run it down one more time. Mr. Michaels we both have Shakir Stevenson winning by decision, but we also feel this could be the upset of the night. Also, Mr. Chance is saying Dubois in 5 or 6.
Yeah.
I'm saying Parker by decision. I'm saying Dimitri Bivol by decision. You're saying TKO for Beterbiev in the 10th, 11th round.
Yes.
All right. We got them in. We got them locked.
And I like all these fighters. I'm not really cheering for any fighter. I like Parker. I like Dubois. I like Beterbiev. I like Bivol. Love both classy guys. So just want to see some good fights. So I'm not really cheering for anybody.
I'm going to cheer for good shots. I'm going to cheer for good punches. I'm going to cheer for good tactics.
I guess we should be cheering for Beterbiev because technically he fights out of Montreal, so I guess the Canadian guy. But so I guess with that and being a top ranked guy, I give a little bit of favoritism to him. But I like Bivol too. Great guy. Both great guys.
Yeah, no, they're great. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun, fun night. Here we go. So yeah, man, like I said, we're on the eve of it, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, the days are getting longer. So that means more time outside. The days are actually getting a little bit warmer now too. I don't know.
It was nice out today.
Having a bit of an anomaly out here on the West Coast, but yeah, looks like we're in winter, but it doesn't feel like winter right now. That being said, guys, go out, have fun, do your thing, enjoy the fights, drink, smash it up, just play it safe, and plan your route home so you get home to your family. That's the most important thing. My name is Bobby Sampson. He's Mr. Chance Michaels.
And in the words of the great ACDC, those that download, like, and subscribe to the podcast, we salute you.
We do salute you, ladies and gentlemen. It's 2025. We're halfway through February. Faith, patience, and hard work is the name of the game here. If you work hard, if you have faith and you have patience, which is probably the hardest of the three, success will come to you. Whatever you're looking to achieve will come. Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. It takes time to mold. Show me any diamond that just came out of nowhere. It has to be crushed. It has to be pressurized. You have to go through your ups and downs, and you got to take it all with a grain of salt. Enjoy your victories, but enjoy your defeats even more because you'll learn from those.
Well
Samp&Chance are out.